Okay, this lesson is dividing decimals by decimals. And I like to prefer to show all of your work. And on this worksheet, there's plenty of room to show it. So we can work on the worksheet. First, I'm going to rewrite it. And that's going to be 3.4, 12.292. And remember, if you get confused by the way it's written, it's 12.92 divided by 3.4. And you could also write it like this, and you know about the cowboy rides the horse. The cowboy can go in the house, and the horse has to stay outside. A couple little tricks we've taught you, whatever works best for you. We need to move the decimal over to get a whole number, and I'm going to move it one time. If I move this decimal, I have to move this decimal over the same amount. So I'm going to move the decimal right up there. And then how many times does 34, because that's your new numbers, 34, go into 129? It's going to be 3 times. So 34 times 3 is 102. And you subtract that. So you have 9. I'm taking 2 away. Would be 7. 0 from 2 would be 2. You're going to bring down your 2. So now 34 can go into 272. 8 times. And it's going to go in there evenly. Okay? So that is your answer. Let's look at 3. You can do 2. I'm going to work on 3 for you. So 0.5, 0.025. Our first thing to do is move our decimal. Move your decimal over 1. Move your decimal over 1. So 5 goes into 0 times. Can 5 go into 2? It cannot, but you have to put your 0 there. So now I'm at 5 can go into 25. 5 times. And I get 0. So there's your answer. Let's look at 4. 0.046 dividing 3.0084. First thing we have to do is move our decimal. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now if you want to rewrite it, because we've moved several decimal places over, it's going to be 46. And there's my decimal. And you don't have to rewrite it. You can erase, or I just rewrite it because it looks a little prettier. Easier to see. So now 46 can't go into 30, so can it go into 300? Okay. And how many times can it go into 300? It can go in there 6 times. 276. Subtract that. You got to borrow here, borrow there. And so you're going to be 24. Bring down my 8. 46 can go into 248 5 times. And that is be 230. And then this is 18. Bring down your 4. And 46 can go into 184 4 times. So there's your answer. Let's look at number 6. We have so first thing I'm going to do is move my decimals over. So 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to rewrite it just to make it look prettier, less confusing, and my decimals at the end. So 39 cannot go into 14, but it can go into 144. 39 can go into 144 3 times. It's going to be 117. And then borrow. And that is going to be 27. Bring down your 3. 39 can go into 273 7 times. So your answer is 37. Let's look at the back. Let's see, which one will give you the hardest problems? Well, they both look kind of easy. Let's just go with number 7. So I have 0.08 dividing 7.224. First thing you need to do is move your decimal. Okay, and again, I'm going to rewrite it. Okay, just makes it look a little easier. And so 8 cannot go into 7. Okay, but 8 can go into 72. It can go in there 9 times, and it comes out right at 72. So sometimes this is tricking you up. You're going to have to bring down your 2. Can 8 go into 2? No. You must put your 0 up there. And then you can bring down your 4. And so can 8 go into 24? It can go in there 3 times. So there's your answer. Okay, just because it can't go in there, you still have to put the 0. And that's where some of this is tripping you guys up at. Okay, let's look at number 9. And make sure you understand it is to the nearest whole number. Okay. The Martinez family drove 48.7 miles to the river. It took them 1.2 hours to get there. How fast did they drive round to the nearest whole number? So we have 48.7 divided by 1.2. First thing you're going to do is move the decimal over. So 12 can go into 48 4 times, and that's 48. Bring down your 7. Can 12 go into 7? It's just what we worked up there. It cannot, so we have to put our 0. You have to add a 0. Bring down your 0. So can 12 go into 70? Yes, 5 times. So you're left with 10. But because I'm rounding to the nearest whole number, I've got my tenth spot. I can now round. Remember, I've got to look at this number to decide what I'm going to do to that number. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. Well, it's 5, so it's going to end up being 41. Okay, last one. And this one we're going to round to the nearest tenth. After its first day of life, a baby blue whale started growing and grew 47.075 inches. If the average baby blue whale grows at a rate of 1.5 inches a day, how many days did the baby whale grow to the nearest tenth of a day? So we have 47.075 divided by 1.5. First thing, move your decimal over and ask, can 15 go into 47? Because it can't go into 4. So 47, yes. 3 times. Can 15 go into 30? Oh, wait. That's a 2. 20. Can it go into 20? 1 time. And then bring your 7 down. And it can go, 15 can go into 57 3 times. Again at 45. 12 left over. Bring my 5 down. And 15 can go into 125 8 times. Oh, 8 times. I'm getting in a hurry and making a little mistakes. 125 left over. Well, we can stop right there because I need to round to the nearest tenth. This is your tenths. This is your hundredths. So I need to round to the nearest tenth. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. This 8 tells me we're going to raise the 3 to a 4. 31.4 days. Okay? So I only left about, 3 that you need to do by yourself. And that's due tomorrow.